Henry Cavill knew what he spoke of when discussing the mistakes of the DCEU in 2017. The critical reaction to the Suicide Squad has proved him right. The mixed fortunes of the DCEU have been widely discussed, and while 2013's Man of Steel division was launched, the baton of the pigeons really came from Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. The 2016 effort at the box office was not only under expectations, but also reviews were directed towards the plot, cast, tone and ridiculous Martha between Bruce and Clark. Henry Cavill replied that in a 2017 interview, the right mistakes were made in response to the Batman vs Superman reaction. The quotation of Cavill meant that the DC and Warner Brothers had learned from the likes of Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, heard the criticisms and the reactions and therefore adopted the future approach of the DCEU. In the wake of Wonder Woman, the comments of Cavill seemed wise, with Patty Jenkins' film 2017 an undoubtedly high point in the franchise. Just 1 month before the release of the Justice League, his optimistic remarks gave him a stupid mustache and triggered a controversy that rumbles over today. While the Justice League of Joss Whedon massively undermined Henry Cavill, the recent release of the Suicide Squad by James Gunn proves that the trial has been correct throughout. During a 2017 interview with The Rake, DCEU Superman player commented that Suicide Squad was one of the most serious misconceptions on the franchise. Although Batman vs Superman's poor reports looked positive by comparison, even though he made lots of cash and gave the world Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn a reaction to the Suicide Team. After 5 years, James Gunn's The Suicide Squad emerged, and almost every critical point from his original 2016 film was addressed, which demonstrated that Cavill's idea of DC learning from its errors was true in spite of the debacle of the Justice League. Suicide Squad has been subjected to mass studio interference from director David Ayer, but James Gunn said that the Suicide Squad was given a very free hand. The first film also felt strongly tame, lighting on deaths and stingy with gore despite the violent premise. This problem is solved more than by the Suicide Squad, which can match its R ratings and kill more of its characters. The 2016 Suicidal Squad feels too stuck in a franchise setup to tell the right story when a misused Joker and Batman, but James Gunn does indeed ignore existing canon and makes a more exciting misadventure for Task Force X within the confines of DC Comics. While Starro the Conqueror has not brought the practical effects alive, the giant starfish are much more interesting and powerful than Enchantress and Incubus. All of these remedies allows us to see how DC learned from the Suicide Squad the right mistakes to make the Suicide Squad a far better film. And hopefully, in the film future of DC this will continue. There is plenty to be excited about. The Flash, Black Adam, Aquaman 2 and Shazam 2, if you keep addressing DCEU ghosts. The Suicide Squad is certainly encouraging, and although the impact of COVID-19 remains apparent in the office of box office, it is clear that a positive response to James Gunn's wondrous debut at DCEU shows the optimism of Henry Cavill was not misplaced. Enough for now. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.